Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of July 4th, America Week! If you're new here, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If that's something you're into, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're always up to date on the advice that the cards have for you. I'll be doing 5 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot with Dangling Jade, the Borderless Rider-Waite Smith with Amethyst, and the Tarot de Marseille with Obsidian. We also have 4 different oracle cards from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most, and of course, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, make sure to use the timestamps that are provided below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Okay, group 1, let's see what the first complete month of July has in store for you. There we go. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords reversed and the Eight of Wands. Now, if this isn't mixed messages, I don't know what is. So we shall see as the reading pans out what the overall message is. So here we have the Star reversed and the Page of Cups. So this might have to do with putting pressure on yourself, and which might be at the root of, you know, these two first cards here, which is like one foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brakes here, and I'm trying to see what the Page of Cups has to say before I flip over the final card in your cross here. Give me a second. A phrase that's coming to mind right now is "it's okay to dream." I don't know if that phrase even makes any sense, but it came up to me, and here we have the Victory card. Well, one of the 2 cards that I call the Victory card, which is the Six of Wands, in the middle of your cross. So, all in all, what I would say, the overall message of this reading is actually, now that all the cards are out, are pretty straightforward. I think for you, Group 1, the best thing that you can do to make the best of this week is to come at it from an approach, to come at it from an angle of allowing the success that you want to happen, and maybe focus on yourself and finding that balance, because I feel like now that all the reading is out, these first 2 cards here are making a lot more sense. It's like you're putting pressure on yourself to make something happen, and you don't need to, because it's coming in at quick speed anyway. And this Six of Wands in the middle of your cross is very optimistic. So what I would tell you, Group 1, is just take it one step at a time. And there's another thing that might be happening right now, because as you know, I like coming up with different ways of reading the same cards. So another thing that might be happening is that things are coming in so fast that it's rattling you and making you, like, for lack of a better term, feel insecure. Although feelings of insecurity is not at all what I'm getting from the King of Cups at the bottom of your deck here. So what I would tell you in that case is to I'm reminded of the phrase, luck is preparation meets opportunity. I have the feeling that if this is coming in for you at a speed that is faster than you think you can handle, that you will be surprised at how good you are at managing the situations that this week has to throw to you, and that as long as you keep your eye on the goal that you are after, on the victory that you seek to achieve, then, you know, just just be calm, you know, relax. This king is like chill like a Hindu cow, although his his throne is fucking floating in the middle of the water, and there's this little monster here or whatever in the background here. Yet this guy is chill as fuck, and I think that. And I'm going to reiterate for either interpretation of these cards. If things are coming in too fast for you, just relax and let it be, and put one foot in front of the other. I don't think the universe would throw you any challenge that you are not willing to, that you're not ready to take on. And the fact that you only have 2 reverse cards in your whole reading is a clue to that. Now, on the flip side, if you are putting too much pressure on yourself to make things happen fast, I would advise you. The advice is the same for both of you: is to relax. But the difference, the nuance is in the why. So I would say that if you're putting pressure on yourself to make things happen, that might be what is giving you the impression that things aren't happening fast. And I suspect you would be very surprised at how much quicker things unfold if you just let go of the result, and let go especially of the timing, and to make it happen right away. Yeah, honestly, group 1, either interpretation of this cross is straightforward. I would invite you to just relax and keep your eye on the prize. And that is all I have for you. So I would invite you to please use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 2, let's see what we have for you. The Queen of Swords reversed flipped over while I was shuffling. I did not turn it up right. So yeah, just so you know, I don't know how relevant that is to your reading, if at all, but we shall see. So to start things off, we have the Knight of Coins reversed and the Page of Cups. I'm going to continue flipping cards here. Okay. One thing that I'll tell you right away, group 2, is whatever situation you're dealing with or will deal with this week, I think the important thing for you to stay on your A game is to focus on what went right and not what went wrong. Because what's making me say this is you have 2 reverse cards. One of them is the High Priestess, also the only major arcana card in your reading so far, and the 5 of Cups, obviously. And what was making me say the focus on what went right and not what goes wrong is the fact that this guy is focused on the 3 cups that are spilt over while he still has 2 cups standing up right behind him. So with that, the center card is... Oh, that's... man... This is a really interesting reading. So anyway, in the middle of your cross, you have the Justice card, and at the bottom of your deck, you have the Emperor reversed. So what I'm tempted to tell you is that determining what is... Okay, it's funny. There are 2 ways to interpret the word right, or at least there are 2 meanings that are relevant to this reading. There is right from wrong, and there is right from wrong in the sense of moral versus immoral. What is the high path versus the low path, so to speak. And there's also right versus wrong in the sense of true versus false. And I think that both of those meanings are relevant in this reading, because the Justice card here, what I'm tempted to say that, like, reaching truth. Well, actually, this is true in either interpretation. So whether you're trying to get to the bottom of a situation to find out what is true versus what isn't, or whether you are trying to find out what the moral thing to do versus the immoral thing to do is, that process can be difficult and can put in front of you some things that are disappointing. Like, the truth isn't always what you want to hear, And sometimes the path that you would like to take, even though you have some cockamamie story in your mind as to why it's the right thing to do, it turns out that it's not. And I'm not sure which interpretation of right versus wrong is relevant to you, group two, but I would keep that in mind, and that some truths some truths can be disappointing, and some tempting actions are actually not the best ones. And what I would tell you, group two, is to look within. I have a feeling that there's a feeling of impatience here that is okay. There's a feeling of impatience here, which is interfering with your connection to your inner self and your inner truth. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what is behind this veil for you, group two. Whatever secrets that the high priestess is standing at the threshold of, but I would say that what I would intuit from these cards, group two, is that whatever is standing between you and your deeper inner knowings, or the intuitive truths that you are trying to get to, is a feeling of impatience. Yeah, I would really I would focus on taking your time and not letting the fact that you to not let the fact that you have some disappointments, to not let the disappointments that this week throw at you get in the way of your connection with your intuition. It's easy to get a skewed perception of how the world is when you're focused on the things that go wrong. And I would encourage you, group two, to find a way to work twice as hard to find things that you are optimistic about, to find things that you are grateful for, and to focus on those. Which might be the message of the Page of Cups here. Actually, that is the sense in which the Page of Cups makes the most sense. So, yeah. Oh, and another thing that I just realized, the message of the Page of Coins, the Knight of Coins in reverse here, it is. And I'm glad that I kept this reading going for as long as I did, because all I got from him so far was impatience, but I don't think that's it. I think the Knight of Coins reverse is an invitation for you to get moving and to not let whatever disappointments that you are facing stop you from moving forward. Because one thing is for sure, and I say this all the time when I have a feeling of stagnation, everyone's sitting. Sorry, that is not true. That is literally not true. We have two standing people right here, but a lot of people a lot of people on these cards are sitting. We have the Justice, High Priestess reversed, Emperor reversed. Technically the Knight is sitting on his horse, on his saddle. Anyway, so yeah, I say this every time when I get feelings of stagnation, which is the clarity that you're looking for, you'll never get it if you just stay put. Well, okay, that's a bit harsh, a bit strong. But one thing is for sure, to just like sit and plan and think and think and think and think and think is not the optimal way to get to the truth that you seek, to get to the righteousness that you are after. And it's certainly when you overthink things, not only does it make you hesitate, analysis paralysis, but it cuts you off with the deeper, higher truths that you would normally have access to. So don't fret, don't be patient, and don't stop moving. Never stop not stopping, group 2, no matter what disappointments that you might face. Because, yeah, if you let those disappointments stop you, or let those disappointments shake your perception of how the world is, that would that has a risk of stalling you even more. So yeah, just be mindful of that, group 2. I am suddenly tempted to pull an advice card, so I will. Ha! Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the prize, group 2. Yeah, if you wanted a sign that you should just focus on what you want and keep moving forward, that is it. On top of everything else I said on this reading, and the funny thing is, I almost wasn't going to pull a clarification card because I felt that this reading was clear enough as less than, sunshine and roses as it might be. The sunshine is there, but you just need to focus on the aspects where it is. And then this Six of Wands comes in and says, is basically the hype man standing, crouching behind me going, yeah, listen to him, what? So keep your eye on the prize, group 2, and keep moving forward. All right, I beat this reading to death. So on that note, I will invite you to please use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 3, last but not least. Let's see what we have for you for this week. There we go. So we have the King of Coins and the Knight of Swords. Not too sure what to think of this yet, especially like I don't know if I've made this explicit, but something that I've been doing a lot with the Tarot de Marseille deck, which is part of the reason why it's going to appear in almost every weekly pick a card video that I do, is the approach of just read what's on the card. So forget, for my tarot readers who are watching this video, please do everything you can to try to forget what you think you know about the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings of cards and things like that. So the reason I went into all that is because it's difficult for me to just read what's on the card if I only have 2 of the 5 cards. So you know what? I'm just going to flip the other 3 cards over like that and see what comes up. Just give me a second here. Is this good? Yeah, that's good. All right, give me a second, group 3. All right, group 3. So what is coming out at me for this reading is beware of shiny object syndrome. What is giving me that impression is, first of all, this Wheel of Fortune and this tower here. What is jumping out at me is all the balls that are in the air, like so many balls that it is clearly overwhelming if these 2 guys wanted to try to juggle all of these. I don't think that's possible. And that is the feeling of rapid, it's almost as if there's so many opportunities in front of you that it's difficult for you to see which one to focus on. And I would encourage you to just don't worry so much about whether the opportunity that you go for is the right one or the wrong one. I would encourage you to just pick one, flip a coin, use some random number generator on Google or whatever to pick one and to move forward with that one. I think that I think that a potential source of stress for you this week would be the feeling like you have to charge in on every opportunity that that you have. I think that you know, the wheel keeps turning and turning and turning. There's always going to be another opportunity around the corner, and I get how the that perspective can feel like it could give you a feeling that you're missing out on other things, and like you're here alone in your little circle here of flowers, focusing on your opportunity, wondering about what else could be. But I think that that would be that approach would cause you needless stress, is what I'm trying to say. I would encourage you to try to be the cool, calm, collected king sitting on his throne, just, you know, focusing on one thing and just chilling with the complete mastery and agency that kings tend to have, instead of focusing on you know, running around left and right trying to capitalize on everything. So it took me a while to get to this. Fortunately, you didn't have to, you know, watch minutes of silent video while I think this over. But yeah, these two cards I'm reading as different options that you have, different approaches that you can take as to how to deal with this here. So, you know, with this avalanche of opportunity, or this avalanche of options that it's looking like is in store for you this week, if you just focus on one of them and don't worry about missing out on whatever, you know, this green ball here. Oh, what if I choose this green ball here? What if this red ball here was cooler? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But if you try to catch all of these balls, I seriously doubt that you're going to end up with even one of them. So to just pick one and don't spend. Try not to focus on what might have been, because you'll never know what might have been. That is, it sounds bleak, but I mean it as I mean it as a message of encouragement, Group 3. You'll never know what would have been, so try not to worry about that so much, and just focus on what you do choose to do. Or at least, listen, I can't tell you what to do, but I can see, like, the path where you just focus on the one thing that you end up choosing, despite all the other opportunities that this week has in store for you. I can see it as much less stressful than the path where you're running around trying to pounce on everything. Yeah, that is what I have for you, Group 3. Thank you very much. And please stay tuned for your Oracle card readings, which are coming up right now. Okay, Oracle card time. This should be good. Wait, like, let me... Okay, that's close enough. All right, Group A, your card is Excess. This is I Ching hexagram number 28. And the keywords are stress, overload, exhaustion, obsessiveness, gluttony, burdens, worries, the breaking point. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, Group A. There are... It's funny, too, because by the time I reached my third reading, I was kind of worried that I was sounding like a broken record, because the message of don't put so much pressure on yourself kind of came through all three readings. And if you chose Oracle card A, that's like a confirmation of that. I really don't feel the need to add much, because the reading that I just gave you had this sense of don't put too much pressure on yourself. So let me just reread these keywords here. Stress, overload, exhaustion, obsessiveness. Don't be obsessing, Group A. Gluttony, or at least choose your choose your obsessions wisely. Choose obsessions that serve you, as opposed to obsessions that don't. There was one group in particular that I was singling out with that, but if that doesn't resonate, forget about me. All right, the rest of the words are gluttony, burdens, worries, the breaking point. Don't be breaking under all these rocks that you put on yourself. Actually, let me just look at this picture here. Yeah, you don't need to be carrying all these rocks. And you certainly don't need to be carrying all of them alone, Group A. Considering the tarot reading I gave you had a strong message of this, I've beaten this to death. So, Group B, your card is transit. Transits. The keyword is climate. Let me just absorb this card here. I would, the word climate is making me, what the word climate is bringing up for me, Group B, is to be mindful of the things that you allow in your environment and the things that you choose to not allow in your environment. I would encourage you to be discerning in the things that you allow in your environment and the ones that you don't. This could be actual physical things. This could be relationships with people. This could be conversations. This could be online video content or content of any other form. If you've been be mindful of that this week, and to make sure that you have a discerning eye with what you choose to allow into your realm, be it your physical realm, your emotional realm, or your spiritual realm. Try to be protective of your castle right here, and to not allow too many potentially contaminant agents, so to speak. All right, Group C, your card is frustration. Trying to jam the square peg in the round hole, Group C. I think that this is funny. There's one reading in particular that this card is fitting quite well. What I would tell you, Group C, is that I don't see much try to minimize the amount of time that you spend banging your head against a wall. If there is something that you are trying to do that you can't seem to make work on the first 4 or 5 couple tries, it's okay to just punt it to next week, or to punt it into Foreverland. But one thing is for sure, this is a clear warning to try to focus on, instead of trying to make things that don't fit together fit, try to get things that do fit together, like to put the square peg down and pick up a round peg, or to take this square peg and to find a square hole to fit it in. But this week is not a week for you to try to jam the square peg into the round hole, Group C. Group D, your card is authority. This is Mars in Capricorn. I've pulled this card before. Let me take a look at this. Something that I've been doing is whenever a particular element in this card, because we have an illustration, we have a planet, we have a sign, and we have a word. When either one of those things kind of confuses me, to just drop it, or at least minimize it. What's coming at me, Group C, and this might be you and it might not be, okay? So you're gonna have to make sure to interpret this in the way that makes the most sense for you. If you know that what you're saying and or doing is the right thing, don't be afraid to stand in that truth. The power of the truth that you stand in will be a very strong asset for you this week, Group D. The other alternative is, it is possible that there is someone who is much more informed than you are on a certain situation that you're choosing to not listen to, or that you're trying to reinvent the wheel or whatever. And this would be an invitation to listen to that person. and that, or at least, okay, at least be open to the possibility that this person might have a point, and that this person might be seeing factors that you're not taking into account, and to really be welcoming to that input from this person. So the authority figure might be you, and it might be someone else. I really hope that that you can choose which one wisely, because I know what it's like when someone who on paper is more informed than you are is just wrong. And that can be a tricky situation to navigate. If that is your situation, I'm sorry that this card couldn't be more helpful, but just be mindful. It could be that the other person is right. Yeah, don't be so quick to dismiss them. If the situation I just described is the one that described your situation, Group D, all right? Good luck. Thank you so much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Happy Independence Week to my American friends. I hope everyone else has a great week as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.